Who do I look at now? You, camera.
Talk to us. Welcome back. Now we need to look at the issue of medical tourism in Nigeria. A lot of people, when they feel not too good, when they feel really ill, decide that no hospital in Nigeria is good enough to look after them. Well, the president just came back.
I know.
Okay, all right. So, Dr. Yemi Johnson is not too happy about these happenings and has come to give us some good news. Dr. Yemi Johnson, good morning.
Good morning.
Dr. Johnson is the CEO of the IBOM Multi-Specialty Hospital in Uyo. So what is your take about people going abroad, Germany, UK, America, for medical tourism? India, that's a big one.
Well, as you know, the Nigerian healthcare system over the past 10, 20 years has had a bad reputation. And true, I left Nigeria in 1982. And one of the reasons I left was to go and get trained because the system was collapsing back home. And but I'm here to tell you that that is changing rapidly. Things are changing.
How rapid is that? How rapid is that?
Well, it depends on how you define rapid, but things are changing quickly. In many places in the country, there is high level of healthcare. Now, there are several specialties where you get the same kind of care as you get anywhere in the world. Several specialties. It's not yet all in one hospital. But as you know, I tell people this all the time. If you go to the US, you go to England, you ask for the top 5 specialists in any specialty, there'll be a Nigerian in that list.
Yep.
So we have the people. We are bright.
But we don't have the facilities.
We are beginning to get the facilities.
Okay.
And that's what I'm here to talk to you about. Yes,
Okay.
facilities are coming in. Slower than we want them to because they're expensive. But facilities have started. Several governments have put up different hospitals. Several private institutions have put up hospitals. So healthcare is improving. And right now, there are not many things you need to go abroad for. You still need to go abroad for a few things, but they're not that many.
But you know, this conversation you're having about going abroad or not going abroad does not
Yes.
apply to the average Nigerian. We're talking about those in the upper class who are always thinking that for every little thing I have to go abroad to get the treatment because they say they have medical history there. But how can that change? I mean, with the IBOM specialist, multi-specialist hospital, how would that change?
Well, first is for us to prove that we can do the job and do it at a high level.
Right on.
So we've got to prove that first.
Okay.
And Nigerians are skeptics by nature. So just because you've started, you've got the facilities, you've got the manpower, they want to hear feedback from people who've gone there.
Okay.
And when people come back and say, we got treated well, it was better than going to the US or was just as good, then the word will spread and people will start to come.
Okay, you say multi-specialty.
Yes.
And we all know that you can't get all specialties under one roof.
True.
So what is the specialty of the IBOM Specialty Hospital?
All right. Now, like you said, we don't have all specialties yet. We've just started. So we're doing it one specialty at a time, making sure each specialty gets to a high level. Then we introduce another one.
Okay.
Our top specialties now are cardiology, neurosurgery, plastic surgery, laparoscopic surgery, and gynecology. Those are the top specialties. And radiology is probably the best in West Africa, if not Africa. We have some of the best equipment.
Okay, when did this hospital open?
Okay, it was commissioned in May 2015, but we started clinical operations in January 2016.
And I was going to ask you, the former governor, we were there when it was still building, and we
Yes.
saw the facility, and he told us when it's done, nobody will need to travel abroad. Then
That is correct.
he had a little accident, and he had to go abroad, as they say, for a headache. That's what some people say. But was it at the time you had been commissioned, or was it before your commission that he had to
It
go?
was, we hadn't started clinical operations then.
Okay.
And I do have some information about that particular incident. he didn't fly abroad for healthcare then. He was going to London when the accident happened. He was treated at National Hospital, discharged home, and he still went on his trip to see his family. Now, while he was there, he took the opportunity to check on a few things, but that was not his primary reason for traveling out then.
Okay, so what you're saying to me now, that if the governor of Akwa Ibom State should have any cardiological issues or neurological issues, that he would actually believe that he would get adequate treatment?
I'm pretty sure about that. I am very sure, because the ex-governor, who's now a senator, that's his routine place. Him and his family come there now for their medical care. The current governor has also sent us, he hasn't had any medical issue that I'm aware of, but he has sent people to us to look after.
Okay, this place was commissioned in 2016, January.
Yes.
Did you say January?
January we started operations, clinical work.
Okay.
Yes.
And it's taken you 15 months to come out and tell us about this. And in that time, I mean, I'm sure if our president knew of the existence of this place, he probably would have come to Akwa Ibom instead of going to the UK.
Well, yes, we started 2016, but like I said, we started out slowly. Several things happened. It's like a plane. We took off, ran into turbulence. Heavy turbulence. That's when the Naira crashed. I mean, the oil crashed. The economy went sour. And the Naira did its thing it's doing. And so we had to adjust to those things. And we couldn't start with the big number of specialists as we had planned. We had a lot of foreign staff. We had to cut down because we just couldn't pay. The money that was budgeted just couldn't pay the tripling of the salaries due to the foreign exchange. Yeah. So we had to let a lot of people go and start afresh. And that's when we found out that, look, there are many Nigerians who are well trained who want to come back. And we started working with them. And there are a lot of Nigerian super specialists working with us now.
And there's some within the country who are well trained.
Yes, there are quite a few. And like I said, we excel everywhere we go. So now it's to excel